Hi boys and girls, so today we're going to make this little clay snowman keepsake sculpture. And the materials you need are that gray clay. I cut these into little rectangles for you. Some blue paint, some white paint, a paintbrush, and I like to put a piece of scrap paper down underneath because the clay does get a little messy. Okay, so we're going to start off first by rolling the clay into a ball. So this clay is a lot harder than the Model Magic clay that we're used to. So I'm going to squeeze it with my hands a little bit, like roll your sphere, your meatball. So you could do this where your hands kind of fold. So if you take the two folds and push it together, that works. You can go flat on the table and roll your hand into this circular motion. You can do it between your hands where you roll two hands together, one forward, one backwards. So really your sphere doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So you want it to be into a ball. And then you're going to take your ball and you're going to take the palm of your hand, which is this part. I call this your clay squisher. And we're going to take the clay squisher and push. You might want to take your other hand over the top and push. And you just want to flatten it out so it looks like a cookie, like this. If you notice, the part that you pushed onto, the back part here, is a little flatter. Maybe you want to use that as your front, or maybe you like your front to be a little puffier. I'm just going to take my fingers, kind of smooth out some of these uneven edges. Now this clay is called air dry clay. So it's really wet and moist right now, but if you give it one day, it's going to dry up like this. You could hear the sound of it. It sounds like a rock. Okay, so I'm going to make the snowman with my fingers. The first ball is going to be the thumb. I'm going to do this close to the bottom and I'm going to push in so it looks like that. Then I'm going to take the pointer finger, overlap it a little bit to push in. And last, I'm going to take my pinky for the head. I want to leave a little room at the top because we're going to put the pipe cleaner in there and we're going to poke a little hole, okay? So this is step one. Now take your paintbrush and just the little tippy toes of your brush, you're going to dip right into that white paint. Ah, I knew it. Dropped it. So just the tippy part of your brush right into the white. I'm going to paint some snow on the ground. Now I like to paint the side too. So I like to paint this side here. And I'm going to put a little snow on the ground. And then I'm going to put some snow in the big circle. And look at the way my brush is painting here. It's painting in circles. It's going to help to make this snowman look more 3D. Okay, then I'm going to dip again. Just a tiny little bit on the tippy toes. Paint your middle circle. Paint your little circle. So you have the snowman. Now I'm not even going to wash my brush. I'm going to take this and dip it into the blue paint. See that? Just a tiny little touch. And I actually like the way the blue and the white look together because it makes it look kind of like a snowy night. Now you want to get as close to that snowman as you can, so I just use a little tiny bit of paint here. When I run out, just a tiny little dip on the tippy toes of the brush. A little dip on the tippy toes. And I'm going to get as close to the snowman as I can. You're going to have a lot easier of a time painting yours because yours will be flat on the table. Try to get the edges. I like to get the edges. You can get the back if you want. Okay. And I want to put some little snowflakes. So I'm actually going to take the end of my brush and dip it in the white. And I don't want to poke really hard because I'll put a hole in the clay. I just want to dip and tap, 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 dip and tap and tap and tap and dip and tap. Okay, so I've got enough snowflakes. Now you want to take your brush and put it in your water cup so you can clean that, okay? And the last step for today is we want to be able to put a little hanger on our snowman sculpture with a pipe cleaner. So I have these like special wooden sticks, but you could also use a little pencil. And you just want to poke a hole so it goes all the way through. I'm going to go through the back here. Just poke a hole so it goes all the way through. And take something like a pencil or the poking tool that I'm going to give you and write your name on the back. So see how your name kind of scrapes in, Mrs. K for Kaufman. I'm going to put 20, 20. So it'll stay like that. Now this is going to dry for, if we were in the art room together, it'd be a whole week. So I would say leave it to dry for at least 2 days, okay? And then after it's dry, you're going to decorate the details of the snowman with little markers. Like I put little puppy, I put a little snowman scarf, I put eyes, I put this one as singing. I actually made this for our music teacher. And then the last thing we're going to do is put the pipe cleaners through it. So let me show you how to do that, okay? Get one. And again, this is once it's dry. So if it was the art room, it would be a whole week later. We're going to take the pipe cleaner, fold it in half. These two edges, these two ends are going to come through from the back to the front like this. I fold it up. I just make a little loop and twist. And then a little loop and twist. So that looks like a bow. And now you can hang this sculpture somewhere fancy or give it to someone that you love for the holidays. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the snowman sculpture. I can't wait to see yours.